This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Thursday means it's Fishbowl Thursday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a super sweet, standard, legal, Dominaria influence combo deck to look at today. This is Teshar Combo, which is basically a new, a little bit crazy infinite mana combo for standard. Comes to us from Bert Snert, so thank you so much, Bert Snert, for sending in a super cool deck. Should mention, Bert Snert did not include a sideboard, so I added in a few sideboard cards just for completion's sake, but the main deck is all on Bert. Anyway, if you'd like your own deck considered for a future Fishbowl Thursday, make sure to leave a link in the comments, or you can email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Anyway, let's talk Teshar Combo, starting with combo piece number 1. To really understand what this deck is trying to do, we gotta just kind of walk through it piece by piece. So combo piece number 1, Teshar Ancestor's Apostle. So 4 mana, 2/2 flying, whatever. The big deal here is that whenever we cast a historic spell, we get to reanimate a creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. So it's kind of like a weird Sun Titan-esque trigger, except in our deck, we're looking to use this over and over and over again in the same turn. So step 1 to going infinite, Teshar on the battlefield. Our next step is a sack outlet, which in our deck is Yahenni Undying Partisan. So Yahenni, it can attack, it has haste, it grows, all that stuff. In our deck, the big deal is it's just sack a creature for free. So we need a Teshar, we need a Yahenni. Our next piece is Aviary Mechanic. So Aviary Mechanic is kind of our loop piece. What we're looking to set up with this deck is reanimating Aviary Mechanic again and again and again and again in the same turn with Teshar's ability, with Yahenni sacrificing it in between. So to do this, we obviously need to be casting a historic spell. So an artifact, a legendary, or saga, and that's where the last piece of the combo puzzle comes in, and that is Mox Amber. So to go infinite with this deck, we actually need 2 copies of Mox Amber. So our plan is this: we get the Teshar on the battlefield, we get Yahenni on the battlefield, we have Aviary Mechanic on the battlefield in the graveyard, one of those places, and then we have a Mox Amber on the battlefield and also one in our hand. So the loop we're setting up is tapping our Mox Amber for mana, then we sack our Aviary Mechanic to Yahenni to get it in the graveyard, then we cast the other Mox Amber from our hand. When we cast it, Teshar is going to trigger, gets back our Aviary Mechanic, lets us pick up the Mox Amber on the battlefield, and then the first Mox Amber is going to resolve, so we'll have one on the battlefield again. We can tap it for mana, then we go through the loop again. Sack Aviary Mechanic, cast the other Mox Amber from our hand, tapping the one in between, of course, to float a mana, getting back the Aviary Mechanic that we sacked to Yahenni, to cast a Mox Amber, to tap it for mana, to get back Aviary Mechanic. The end result is basically making infinite mana, white mana, possibly black mana if we have Yahenni, because they're both legendary. So that gives us infinite mana just by casting, bouncing, 2 Mox Ambers again and again and again and again. 2 is important because the way the triggers line up, you can't do it with 1 Mox Amber. So if we tried to do this with 1 Mox Amber, the problem we'd run into is Teshar triggers when the historic spell is cast, which means we cast Mox Amber, Teshar triggers, we get back to Aviary Mechanic, but unfortunately the Mox Amber is still on the stack. It's not on the battlefield to be bounced. So we do need 2 copies to get it going, which means we kind of need a lot of combo pieces. Thankfully though, our combo pieces are all cheap. They're all relatively fine on their own. Aviary Mechanic, 2/2 for 2. Yahenni can beat down on its own. Mox Amber can just make it mana accelerate into things. So let's say we pull this off. We get all these pieces going. We make infinite mana. For winning the game, we have 2 different options: Walking Ballista, Torment of Hailfire. So when we loop our Mox Ambers, let's say 1,000 times, then we can simply dump all that mana into Walking Ballista, ping our opponent to death, or we can cast a Torment of Hailfire, with X being not 998 or something, pretty unlikely our opponent will be able to repeat the lose a life, sack something, discard something process that many times without dying. So either one of these cards should be enough for us to just close out the game on the spot. Apart from the combo, rest of the deck's pretty simple. We got a bunch of mana. Like we talked about, our deck does need a lot of combo pieces, so being able to stay alive in the early game with Fatal Pushes, with Seal Away, which is a great new addition, with Cast Out, is pretty important because unless we just get insanely lucky with our opening hand, not all that likely we're going to have every single combo piece on turn 4. Speaking of finding combo pieces, the last piece of the puzzle is Argos Bloodfast, which is just a way we can draw through our deck, find our combo pieces, make sure we actually assemble the combo in a relatively timely manner so we can combo off, go infinite, win the game. Mana base, pretty simple, bunch of dual lands, also some basic lands. The sideboard, which I tossed in, wasn't part of the original deck, duresses to fight against control decks. Like, we don't want our combo pieces being killed. If our Teshar gets killed, suddenly everything falls apart. So being able to get the removal out of our opponent's hand is important. Lost Legacy can fight Scarab Gods, can fight removal spells and sweepers, and things like Approach of the Second Sons. Argu Bloodfast for control matchups to keep drawing through our deck. Authority of the Consuls for Ramana Bread. Solemnity for energy decks. Profane Procession gives us some more removal. Sorcerer's Spyglass, another way to shut down things like the Scarab God. And that is Teshar combo for Dominaria Standard, and that's been our Instant Deck for today. So again, thanks to Bert Snert for sending it in, and again, if you want your own deck considered for a future Fishbowl Thursday, make sure to leave that link in the comments, send me an email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and also Dominaria. This set is so sweet. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.